Alright, let's take a look at this snatch. So as you pointed out, your back definitely can be tighter here. You can see how it looks pretty rounded right over here. This, you can definitely have a stronger chest forward. These arms can maybe be a little bit more relaxed and straight too, but yeah, definitely that back, you know, have that proud chest, tight here, extend up. You mentioned that you think you can fix that, so definitely that is an issue. An entire back, really. That's going to help a lot, and that can really change the things that are going to happen afterward. So that is a pretty easy fix too. That should be your highest priority. This looks pretty good coming up. Again, that back kind of looks sagging, but you know. Otherwise, this looks good. Nice, you know, bar, hip, shoulders moving at the same rate. Still staying over. That's nice. Now, coming up with the hips a little bit too forward, too soon, but staying on your heels pretty nice. If your head, I would like to see your head more straight, gives you better proprioception around the bar and everything. So head straight, this would be actually a very, very good position. But the head back kind of makes it seem like you're really trying to throw everything too much back. Now the hips are protruding more forward, your chest is leaning backward. See, so this position a little bit too much archy back, you know, leaning back like that. The hips kind of extended forward, the bars are going forward. If you want, if you get a perfect 90-degree angle, I'll do a bar path. You can really see what this looks like. But this doesn't look, you know, you want this more straight up. Then you just need to practice when you're doing your pulls to make sure you're nice going straight up like that. That's going to say just take practice, and a tighter back will help this too. And now you say that you don't think you're fast enough. Well, it's not exactly that you're not fast enough. Let's watch this part right here in full speed. You got there pretty good, actually. You know, not the quickest person in the world, but nothing that I would say, you know, you need speed work immediately. Everyone basically always needs speed work, but I don't think it's your main hindrance right now. But what is your ability, like you said, your mobility, getting down. It seems like you're really not comfortable here. I think you need to do more overhead squats, staying in the bottom, snatch balances where you jump down hard into that bottom, stay in the bottom 3 seconds, then stand. Really need to be comfortable down here. Because if you watch this full snatch, it's not that you're slow getting under, but it's that you get under into a power snatch position and then you just kind of glide or, you know, gently fall down into the bottom. So again, in slow motion, you can see here, it's really like a power snatch. You know, plenty of strength, plenty of pull, but you're just so uncomfortable in this bottom that it's taking away a lot of kilos from your lifts. Okay, so to review, tighter back from the start. You know this. I don't think you need any, you know, real advice how to do this. You know, just tighter back. Do it on everything you do. Your pulls, snatches, everything. And then in all your pulls and everything you do, really try and think about that nice straight up, because this is a little bit too leaning back, hips forward. And then really work on this bottom position. Don't worry so much about mobility and maybe different stretches. Just do overhead squats, pause in that bottom, 3-second pause in every single rep, at least 3 seconds, then stand for your overhead squats and for your snatch balances where you really want to jump down hard into it, and then in your snatches have that same aggressiveness to be comfortable in that bottom. Okay, so start position looks good. It's pretty natural. From a side angle, maybe you can see if you know where your shoulders are and stuff, but nothing is glaring out to me that anything would need changing here. So start looks good. Looks pretty, you know, natural for your body. Maybe a little too much tension in the arms, but so you do really kind of put your hips into the movement here. and it seems like it's a little bit forced. It seems like you're really like kind of focusing on it and trying to make sure that, you know, the hips go into the bar like this, which isn't really the goal. The way the hips should move should be much more involuntary and just a byproduct of everything else falling into place naturally. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't really focus on it. Maybe this is just the natural way they're doing it, in which case fine. But what it seems like, and I'm going to have an even better reason why it seems like this in a moment, it seems like it's kind of forced. And in that case, I think you just need to stop thinking about it that much and just think, you know, bar straight up, pull, jump under, boom. So let's continue. Really spending a lot of time with this pull, coming up with it. Maybe a little bit too far back, although this angle is not perfect to tell that. Staying a little high here too. These are some of the other reasons why it seems like you are, sorry for the siren, why it seems like you're kind of forcing this more. And now, I believe you just, you know, want to be doing a full snatch. Let's check. Yeah, okay, so you just wanted a normal snatch. This wasn't for a power snatch. So you need to make sure that you're, you know, getting all the way down on these. If you don't have the mobility for it, that's fine, but you need to practice it. You need to be getting down into that bottom position every single rep because you need that practice, especially as a beginner. It's not going to do any good cutting it high. Especially, it seems like you're a little uncomfortable as you're moving down. And again, really doesn't seem like you want to move down under it. So I would say start to practice just going all the way down with these. Get that bottom position. Get to work. If these were supposed to be power snatches, that's fine. But now let's get to what I think is the most important issue. Watch the speed of the bar as it's coming off of the ground, and watch the speed of the bar as it goes into your hips. Now, watch again. Let's watch it a little slower. Might be hard to tell, but I would say that the bar is slowing down as it goes into your hips. Right here, it gets a little bit slower as you try and then lift it up. And now that's a problem, because we definitely don't want the bar to decrease in speed. As after it comes up off the ground, it should at least be constant. It should not slow down on its trajectory. It's fine if it doesn't speed up that much and you have a lot of control and, you know, just aggressive getting under and stuff, but it should not be slowing down, especially at that key moment there. So there are a few reasons why it might be slowing down. One, and this is what I suspect the most, you're really focusing on all this hip contact and stuff, and it's just in your mind a lot and you're trying to think about it, so it's just naturally slowing down the movement. You're not letting the natural process just go. It's just slowing everything down. So you need to just kind of practice it, stop thinking about it, make it more second nature. Now, maybe that's not the case. I don't know what's in your mind. I wasn't talking to you while you're doing this lift. Maybe, and I don't mean to be rude here, but maybe your second pull is just not that good. It is just slow and you don't have enough strength there. In which case, a lot of work off high blocks and high hang work will be very beneficial for you. Now, even if the case is, like I said, that you're just thinking about it too much, those things will still help because it can just make it more natural, especially the high block. I think the high block will be very, very beneficial for you because that's a real, you know, you just got to go all or none response. You don't even have time to think about it on the way up or anything. Another thing that can help, though, is slowing the speed off the ground, because that could be another reason why it is slowing down into your hips, because into your hips it's not strong enough, you're stronger off the ground, so you have to compensate by slowing it down as it comes into the hips. So that's the biggest thing I would say. So two major points that you should get out of this: get into that bottom, start doing it. If you don't have the mobility, you know, maybe make a post on what's wrong, try and fix that. That's got to be your next steps if you don't have the mobility. And after that, fix that tempo of the bar as it comes up. Regardless of what the issue is, probably slowing down the first pull will help. just so you're going to have a nice smooth speed, and lifting off some high blocks will also help.